Space at the beginning of our list is the most terrifying and destructive nuclear weapon of the United States. The B-83 nuclear bomb, which weighs about 1,100 kilograms or 2,400 pounds. It is 12 feet long and 18 inches in diameter. It is like a small car in size. From the outside, it looks like a simple metal shell. But inside it is hidden a power that can wipe a metropolis off the map of the world in an instant. BIT is not a rocket. It has no propulsion system. It is basically a gravity bomb. After being released from the belly of the aircraft, it falls to the ground due to the pull of gravity. It may sound easy, but its destructive power is beyond your imagination. This weapon is carried by the United States terrifying fighter aircraft, the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber and the Beefy Stealth Force. Like invisible shadows, they enter the enemy's airspace. And in an instant, they throw out the most terrible nightmare in the history of the world from their stomachs. A single B-83 explosion can produce a power equivalent to 1.2 megatons of TNT, which is about 80 times more dangerous than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. An area of 4 square kilometers from the center of the explosion will vaporize in an instant. Buildings within a 7-kilometer area will be razed to the ground. And people up to 13 kilometers away will be burned terribly. A single explosion can kill about 1.5 million people. More than 3 million more will be injured. It is currently estimated that America has about 650 B-83 bombs. Of these, about 200 are still actively prepared, although plans are underway to gradually retire them. Because more modern and smarter and more dangerous weapons are currently being developed. But as long as the B-83 exists, it will remain a warning sign for the modern world. To be honest, the BT nuclear bomb is not just a bomb. It is a monstrous force that can wipe out a civilization in an instant. But in this race, the most terrifying bomb that comes to mind is from Russia. They have created a weapon that the West directly calls Satan. Like the name, it is another synonym for death. The world's most terrifying intercontinental ballistic missile. This monster is about 105 feet tall and weighs more than 210 tons. If it is thrown, it can easily reach any corner of the world. Because its range is about 16,000 kilometers. And the real fear of the 36 lies in its destructive power. This missile can carry a maximum of 10 warheads. Each one has the power of about 1 megaton of TNT. That means that just one missile can hit 10 different cities if desired. If all of them are used together on one target, the explosion power will be 10 megatons of TNT. However, a special version of it is even more terrifying. In some variants, the power of one of its warheads was about 20 megatons of TNT, which is about 1,300 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. Imagine if such an explosion occurred in the center of a modern city, the entire region would be erased from the map forever. This weapon has been named Satan because of its fear. But Russia did not stop with creating it. They have created an even more terrifying, more modern, and more destructive monster, which is called Satan II. This is Russia's latest and most terrifying intercontinental ballistic missile. RS-28 Sarmat, which the West calls Saturn II, is the successor to the R-36, but its power is many times greater than its predecessor. This missile weighs about 200 tons and is about 110 feet long. This huge monster can hit anywhere in the world without any problems because its range is up to 18,000 kilometers, meaning that if it is launched from Moscow, it can easily destroy New York, London, or Tokyo without any problems. Saturn II can carry 10 to 15 nuclear warheads at a time. If all of them are launched in different cities, they can destroy the entire continent together. And if they are used together on a target, the total explosive power can be 50 megatons of TNT. Do you know what 50 megatons mean? It is about 3,300 times the power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. If such an explosion occurs, the central area of a few kilometers will evaporate in an instant. Everything will be reduced to ashes for hundreds of kilometers. And people thousands of kilometers away will also die from its radiation. This weapon made with modern technology can easily penetrate the enemy's defenses and strike, and that is why the RS-28 Sarmat or Saturn II is known as the most dangerous nuclear weapon in the world today. Trident II missile is the backbone of the modern nuclear defense system. It is a weapon that can wipe out any city in the world in an instant. Trident II is basically a submarine-launched ballistic missile. This means that when a war starts, there is no need to fly in the sky. It does not even have to stand on the ground. This missile will be launched invisibly from the depths of the sea. It is about 44 feet long. And it weighs about 59 tons. This huge monster is carried by American and UK nuclear submarines. But the real terror is hidden inside it. Because a Trident II missile can carry about 8 nuclear bombs. Each has a power of about 475 kilotons of TNT. Which is about 30 times more than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. And if all the warheads were dropped on the same target, then a single missile would create an explosion equivalent to about 3.8 megatons of TNT. Imagine what would happen if such a strike were to hit a large city. An area a few kilometers from the center would be completely vaporized. Buildings would collapse over an area of 1 kilometer after another. People will be buried in the rubble in an instant. People standing outside will be burned by the flames. About 2.8 million people will die in a single missile. And another 4.6 million people will be injured. The most frightening thing is that this is not alone, but the 14 other OHA-class submarines in the hands of the United States. Each can carry about 20 Trident IIs. And each missile has 8 warheads. That is, about 2,240 warheads are hidden in the depths of the sea. The combined power of which is equal to 70,000 Hiroshima bombs. To be honest, the Trident II missile proves that death in the modern battlefield can come not only from the sky but also from the bottom of the sea. And once a nuclear war starts in the world, this missile will be the most terrible messenger of that war. But there is another power in the world who has created another monster in their arsenal. The DFC made by China is one such terrible intercontinental ballistic missile. The height of this monster weapon is more than 100 feet. And the weight is about 180 tons. Its range is about 15,000 kilometers. That means it is capable of hitting any country in the world from Chinese soil. The most frightening thing is its carrying capacity. A single D-5C missile can carry a maximum of 12 nuclear warheads. The power of each warhead is 1 megaton of TNT, which is about 66 times more than the Hiroshima bomb. If all of them hit together, the total explosive power would be about 12 megatons of TNT. Imagine if this missile were fired at a major capital city, the central area of a few kilometers.